Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Haley from Gardner and Hedrick Veterinarians, and I wanted to give a quick informational video to explain puppy vaccines. I feel like there are some confusing or conflicting or maybe even completely wrong um, ideas or information out there available to people. So hopefully I can clear this up by breaking it down into a few simple segments and help new puppy owners understand exactly what vaccines are needed for a puppy. So for this video, I'm going to use the vaccine protocol used by Gardner and Hedrick veterinarians. Now, some veterinarians may adhere to a slightly different protocol, and that's okay. We are all just attempting to accomplish the same goal, which is to get a puppy protected against things that can make him or her sick. So let's start with the types of immunity. So there are two different types of immunity. There's passive immunity and there's active immunity. Now, passive immunity is what the puppy gets from the mama dog. It comes through the colostrum or the first milk, you may have heard it called, and it's rich with lots of antibodies that will protect the puppy very early in life. However, this immunity is very short-lived, and so our goal with vaccines is to increase active immunity. Active immunity is the stimulation of an immune system with with a pathogen, and for this purpose, we're using a vaccine. So another way of stimulating active immunity is when they're infected with a virus naturally or something that makes them sick naturally, and then the body makes antibodies to it to protect them. But here we're talking about with vaccines. So those are the two different kinds. So let's get into the protocol for vaccines. There we go. So at 6 weeks of age, the puppy needs its first set of vaccines, and usually they're still with the mother dog. So assuming that you've gotten your puppy from a breeder or somebody who's a responsible dog owner, they should have the first set of vaccines at 6 weeks. Now, if you got him from the flea market or somebody who's just selling puppies at Walmart out of the back of their trunk, you can pretty much assume that they have not given the puppy any vaccines. So then roughly at about 8 weeks, the puppy is old enough to go live with its new owner. So about 2 weeks after that, at 10 weeks, the second set of vaccines is due. And the puppy will get the exact same vaccine that they should have gotten at 6 weeks, which is called the DAPP, distemper adenovirus parvo parainfluenza. Those are very common viruses, illnesses that puppies can get, and it's very important to get these. So we also add in the Bordetella, which is an upper respiratory complex. You may have heard it called kennel cough. And then 4 weeks later, at 14 weeks, we want to get a third DAPP, and we like to add in the leptospirosis, which is another illness that puppies can get. And then again at 18 weeks, we want that fourth DAPP and the second lepto. Now, each time the puppy is coming in for their vaccines, Gardner and Hedrick likes to give a heartworm prevention and a flea prevention. And somewhere between the 14 and 18 week stage, we'd like to give a rabies vaccine at one of those stages. Now, it's very important to say here that if that fourth set of vaccines does not come after 16 weeks of age, then Gardner and Hedrick will recommend a fifth DAPP. And the reason for that is, like we talked about in the beginning, the active and the passive immunity. We want that last set of vaccines to come when we think all of that passive immunity is gone. And we believe that is gone at 16 weeks of age. And so therefore we want to get that last set of vaccines in after that immunity is gone. And then after the 18-week set of vaccines, at Gardner and Hedrick, we usually recommend that they make an appointment for a spay and a neuter. It can be it doesn't have to be the following week, but we just want to make sure that that's on their radar. And they're also prescribed their heartworm prevention and flea prevention, since they're not going to be coming back to us anymore. So in a nutshell, when a new owner or a new pet parent gets a puppy, you can expect to have at least 3 sets of vaccines at 10 weeks, 14 weeks, and 18 weeks. That all depends upon whether or not we are certain that that puppy got 1 set of vaccines at 6 weeks. We also like to do heartworm prevention and flea prevention, and then rabies and leptospirosis. So that's our vaccine protocol in a nutshell. If you have a puppy and you need a veterinarian, Gardner and Hydrick is open and accepting new patients. But congratulations if you've gotten a new puppy, and if you haven't, it's a great idea. So thanks for listening, and we will look forward to hearing from you.